A construction worker, 315 million won in the Powerball. Bought mansions, cars, and handed out cash to everyone who asked. 5 years later, he was dead broke, divorced, and facing lawsuits. Meanwhile, a couple who 27 million won still lives in their original house, drives a Volkswagen, and built a fortune worth over $50 million. This is the story of why 70% of lottery winners end up bankrupt within 5 years, and what the rare few who don't do differently. And the craziest part is the ones who go broke often wish they'd never won it all. You've probably fantasized about winning the lottery. It's the new house, the sports car, never working again. It sounds like the ultimate problem solver, right? All your financial stress, gone in one drawing? But what you might not know is that winning the lottery destroys more lives than it saves. Study after study shows the same pattern. Sudden wealth without financial literacy equals disaster. This isn't just about people being dumb with money. This is about how human psychology, family pressure, and predatory sharks combine to destroy people who were never prepared for sudden wealth. And it reveals something crucial about money that most people never learn. In this video, I'm going to break down why 70% of lottery winners go broke within 5 years. The psychological traps that destroy sudden wealth. Real stories of winners who lost everything and one who didn't. The predators who target winners the moment they're announced, and what you'd actually need to do if you won tomorrow. Let's get started. The man who wished he'd never won West Virginia, 2002, Jack Whitaker. A 55-year-old construction company owner walks into a convenience store and buys a Powerball ticket. He's already a millionaire, worth about $17 million from his business. He doesn't need the money. Christmas morning, he checks his numbers. All 6 match. He's won $314.9 million, the largest single winner jackpot in U.S. history at the time. Jack chooses the lump sum, $113 million after taxes. He tells reporters he's going to help the poor, build churches, and take care of his family. Seems grateful, grounded. Within 2 years, his life is a nightmare. His granddaughter's boyfriend is found dead in his house from a drug overdose. His granddaughter, Brandy, who he gave $2,000 a week in allowance, spirals into addiction and dies at 17. Her body found wrapped in plastic months after disappearing. Jack himself becomes a target. He's robbed multiple times, including $545,000 stolen from his car while he's at a strip club. He's arrested for drunk driving and assault. His wife divorces him. Hundreds of people sue him, claiming he owes them money or made promises he didn't keep. In 2016, 14 years after winning, Jack tells a reporter, "I wish I'd torn that ticket up. My granddaughter is dead because of the money. I don't have any peace." He lost everything that mattered while keeping the money. And his story isn't unique, it's the pattern. It's the death spiral, why winners go broke. Now let's talk about why this keeps happening, because the reasons are both obvious and deeply psychological. First, the magnitude is incomprehensible. When you go from making $40,000 a year to having $50 million, your brain can't process it. A Harvard study found that people consistently underestimate how long money will last when the numbers get big. You think if I had $20 million, I could spend $1 million a year for 20 years. But you forget about taxes on investment income, inflation, eating purchasing power. It's a fact that you won't actually budget once you feel infinite. Let me give you a real example. Evelyn Adams won the New Jersey lottery twice. Once in 1985 for $3.9 million, and again in 1986 for $1.5 million. Within 15 years, all of it was gone. She gambled it away at Atlantic City casinos, gave huge sums to family, and made terrible investments. By 2001, she was living in a trailer. "Winning the lottery isn't always what it's cracked up to be," she said. "Won the American dream, but I lost it too. It was a very hard fall. It's called rock bottom." Second, everyone becomes your best friend. The moment your name is public, and in many states it must be, you're swarmed. Family members you haven't spoken to in years suddenly need help. Strangers send sob stories. Investment advisors appear offering deals. William Budd posts won $16.2 million in Pennsylvania in 1988. Within months, his brother hired a hitman to kill him, hoping to inherit. His landlady successfully sued for 1/3 of the winnings, claiming they had a verbal agreement he was arrested for assault after firing a gun at a bill. Collector, he declared bankruptcy within 7 years and died in 2006, living on $450 a month in disability. "I was much happier when I was broke," he said before his death. Third, lifestyle inflation is instant and irreversible. You buy the mansion, the sports cars, the boats. Now you have property taxes of $100,000 per year, insurance and maintenance on multiple properties, staff to manage everything. Your annual expenses balloon from $40,000 to $2 million before you realize it. And here's the psychological trap. Once you upgrade your lifestyle, downgrading feels like failure, so you keep spending even as the money drains. Fourth, financial predators circle like sharks. Unscrupulous financial advisors, scam artists, and con men specifically target lottery winners. They offer exclusive investment opportunities that are actually Ponzi schemes. They sell annuities that pay them massive commissions while locking your money up. Winners often have no financial education, so they can't tell legitimate advice from scams. They're making million-dollar decisions with minimum wage financial literacy. More cautionary tales. But wait, here's where the stories get even darker, because the pattern repeats with shocking consistency. Andrew Jack Whitaker Jr. continued, "We started with his story, but it gets worse. After his granddaughter died, Jack gave millions to pastors and churches. Many of them used the money for personal expenses, not charity. He was sued over 400 times by people claiming he owed them money. His house burned down twice under suspicious circumstances. He died in 2020, reportedly penniless. Billy Bob Harold Jr., 31 million won in Texas in 1997. He quit his job at Home Depot, bought houses for family members, gave generously to his church, and donated to charities. Within 2 years, he was overwhelmed by people asking for money. His marriage fell apart and he was broke. In 1999, less than 2 years after winning, he committed suicide. His last words to a financial advisor: "Winning the lottery is the worst thing that ever happened to me." Callie Rogers won £1.9 million in Britain at age 16. She spent it on designer clothes and jewelry, for boob jobs, cocaine habit, lavish gifts for friends and family. By age 26, the money was gone. She attempted suicide multiple times and said, "I honestly wish I'd never won. People pestered me constantly for money. It was a nightmare." Americo Lopes, $138.5 million in New Jersey in 2009, but told nobody, including his construction crew, who'd pooled money for tickets together. His co-workers discovered he'd won and sued. The court ruled he had to split the winnings. His life became consumed by legal battles, family drama, and resentment. Notice the pattern? It's not just about spending. It's about relationships destroyed, families torn apart, and lives consumed by stress, paranoia, and regret. Lottery winners have higher rates of bankruptcy, divorce, addiction, and even suicide than the general population. The money solves nothing if you do and know how to manage it, and the sudden change destroys you psychologically. The couple who did it right? This is where we meet the exception, because not everyone loses it all. Meet Brad and Mary Beth Moss from Minnesota. In 2005, they 27 million won in the state lottery. Brad was a carpenter. Mary Beth worked at a grocery store. Here's what they did differently. First, they stayed invisible. In Minnesota, you can remain anonymous if you claim through a trust. So they created a legal entity and kept their names out of the press. No one except close family knew. The moment people know your life isn't your own anymore, Brad said, "We watched what happened to other winners and said absolutely not." Second, they hired a team before doing anything. Before claiming the prize, they hired a fee-only financial advisor, not commission-based, a tax attorney, an estate planning lawyer. They paid for expertise to protect themselves from predators and their own impulses. Third, they created rules. They decided, keep working. Brad reduced hours, but didn't quit. Live in the same house. Drive practical cars. They bought a used Volkswagen. Give to charity systematically, not emotionally. Never give cash to individuals. Only donate through established organizations. Fourth, they structured the money. Instead of having $27 million in a checking account tempting them daily, they put most in a trust with strict withdrawal rules. Invested in diversified index funds. Created an annual budget based on investment returns about 4% rule. This gave them roughly $1 million per year to spend, more than they'd ever had, but not enough to go crazy. Fifth, they told people no repeatedly. Family asked for help. Friends wanted investments. Strangers sent letters. The Mosses had a standard response. Not in a position to help with that. They understood that saying yes once means saying yes forever because people talk. 20 years later, they're still living comfortably. Their money has actually grown to over $50 million through smart investing. And they've donated millions to causes they care about without announcing it. "We didn't win the lottery to change who we are," Mary Beth said. "We wanted to have security and options. That's it." What you'd actually need to do. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but what if I actually won tomorrow? Here's the survival guide based on winners who kept their money immediately. 1. Sign the back of the ticket. 2. Take photos of it. 3. Lock it in a safe deposit box. 4. Tell absolutely nobody, not even family, until you have a plan. Before claiming, 1. Hire a fee-only financial advisor. They charge flat rates, not commissions. 2. Hire a tax attorney who specializes in windfalls. 3. Hire an estate planning attorney. 4. Set up a trust to claim anonymously if your state allows it. When you claim, 1. Take the lump sum. It's usually better for tax and investment purposes. 2. Immediately put 50% in conservative investments you can't touch for 5 years. 3. Pay off all debts. 4. Set aside taxes. Assume 40% of the total goes to taxes. In the first year, 1. Change nothing about your life. Same house, same car, same job. 2. Create a written financial plan with your advisors. 3. Establish an annual budget based on 3 to 4% of invested assets. 4. Set up a charitable giving strategy through a donor-advised fund. 5. Practice saying no to requests. Long term. 1. Never give individuals money. Donate to organizations. 2. Don't invest in friends, businesses, or opportunities. 3. Upgrade your lifestyle slowly and modestly. 4. Keep working or find meaningful activities. Idle wealth breeds misery. 5. Remember, the money is a tool for security, not identity. The winners who succeed treat the lottery like a retirement fund that arrived early, not like infinite money to redesign their lives. So, in conclusion, 70% of lottery winners go broke within 5 years because sudden wealth without preparation is a recipe for disaster. They're overwhelmed by magnitude they can't comprehend, swarmed by people wanting money, trapped by lifestyle inflation, and targeted by predators. Their relationships collapse, their families turn toxic, and many wish they'd never won. But a few, like Brad and Mary Beth Moss, do it right. They stay invisible, hire experts, create rules, structure the money, and say no constantly. 20 years later, they're still wealthy, and more importantly, still happy. The lottery winner disaster isn't really about the money. It's about how unprepared humans handle sudden change, how toxic relationships emerge around wealth, and why financial literacy matters more than the dollar amount. Because at the end of the day, money amplifies who you already are. If you're bad with $50,000, you'll be catastrophic with $50 million. But if you're disciplined, intentional, and humble, wealth can actually improve your life instead of destroying it. Help us share more financial psychology stories by becoming a member. If you want me to break down how the rich use debt to get richer, why the janitor with $8 million succeeded, or the psychology of money explained, drop a comment and hit subscribe. If you 10 million won tomorrow, what's the first thing you'd do? Let me know below. Thanks for watching, and remember, if your dream is winning the lottery, you're already thinking about money wrong.